serious question for the boys. When you guys were born, before you even, like, stepped foot on Earth, did you guys all have, like, a conference? Like, yo, like, this is what we're gonna say to all the bitches that we fuck. Like, oh, yeah, let's do that lie. Because all you motherfuckers do the same thing with the same lies and the same monologue. Are you guys Shakespeare? Are you guys Shakespeare? Because you guys all sound the motherfucking same. The girl that you guys are best friends with, we all know how that love story ends. You end up fucking her. We break up. You end up dating her instead. Been there, done that, same shit. What do you guys call each other up? Like, yeah, bro, let's do this. Can you guys get a little more creative, you basic ass bitch? Get a little more creative with the story. At least tell me that's your fucking mother. Tell me that's your cousin. Tell me that that girl's your fucking ex-wife, fuck, anything other than she's my friend and we're never gonna have sex. Because we all know how it ends. Thank you.
Welcome to the wall. They say men are boring, but their lives are empty. No partner, no friends, and they talk as if their loneliness were someone else's fault. Today we're going to look at why so many women confuse stability with boredom and how the wall always comes. Help us reach 170,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. We always highlight the best one. And endless thanks to the fans who watch our videos every day. Let's get started.
Men really ask for your number and then proceed to be the most boring fucking texter known to mankind. That's why I didn't text you back, sir, because I'm literally falling asleep texting you.
There is nothing that irritates me more than a man who loves to text. All it does is create a false sense of intimacy and connection. And it's so low effort for them to send you a text. I will intentionally ignore a man so that he has to pick up the phone and call me. Because those little dopamine hits that you're constantly getting are what gets you attached to that person much quicker than you should be. And it makes you feel like you know that person when in reality you don't. And men know that giving you those dopamine hits with the good morning text and the good night text and how was your day is a surefire way to get you attached. So the moment that he stops doing those things, then you start to think the worst. Then you start to question everything. And he actually may genuinely have been busy that day, but because of the way that things are in society and the dating scene right now, who the hell is gonna actually believe that? And you know what? Usually it's a lie because he's able to text you every other day. There was this guy who was trying to take me out. I told him I don't text and I don't do unscheduled calls. I never heard from him again. This person who's actually serious about you is gonna respect that. No, thank you.
Women say men are boring, but the lives of many, if not most, are incredibly boring. A lot of them don't even have friends, and when you talk to them, they either won't stop talking or they don't know how to have an interesting conversation. The woman who says she sees little effort in the messages. It's ironic she complains that the messages show no effort, says the man should call her, and then turns around and says she doesn't reply to texts or take calls unless they're scheduled. What kind of nonsense is that? It just makes no sense. You complain about getting messages, then demand calls, and after that, you want everything done exactly your way. Brother, don't waste your time with someone like that. Let her keep living her boring life, complaining on social media.
Like, I just think that most men, the majority of men, are just so fucking boring. And they don't have any emotional depth. Like, nothing is going on, like, below that surface. They are so mundanely average and just boring. Yeah, just so boring. Like, speaking to most of them is just like speaking to a brick wall. You know, there's no emotional depth going on there. And I think that's why women struggle in so many relationships with men, because women have so much depth and so much to feel and think and give. And I think that's why most women do struggle in relationships with men, full stop, because they find it hard to connect with most men because most men just don't have any depth at all, you know? And that's why most women will get more out of female friendships, relationships with other women, than they ever will do in friendships with men and romantic partnerships with men.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Then stick with your girlfriends. Oh right, they can't give you all their time because they actually have husbands. This woman is over 35, she's hit the wall, she gives dating advice, and she's single. She literally doesn't consume what she sells. It's not that men aren't deep. It's that no one is going to open up or have deep conversations without trust. Women are more emotional than men. Besides, what is it that a woman really looks for in a man? A cuddly teddy bear, or a man with leadership, someone who protects and provides, someone with a leader's mindset? Because if what you want is emotional bonding, go be with a woman. Men like that are usually with other men. Or stay at the wall, because the wall doesn't forgive.
And when you really, really think about it, I don't think it's so much a male loneliness epidemic as much as women are just bored. Like, what is the reason of even getting with a man if you already know the pattern? Most men are boring and predictable. And at this point, y'all have shown your whole ass to the whole world. Here are the stages of how men act in relationships. Stage 1, love bombing. Stage 2, stealing your personality. Stage 3, realizing they'll never be as cool and funny and awesome as you and developing jealousy and resentment towards you. And 4 is tormenting you until you break up with them because they're jealous and resentful of you because you're a bad bitch. And step 5 is using his newly acquired personality to bag and trap other bad bitches and eventually marry someone and torment them to their grave. That's why y'all are lonely. You're boring. You have no personality of your own. The way that most of you are able to bag and trap women is that initial love bombing stage. Everything else after that is not dependent on your unique personality. Most women have caught on, and there's a male loneliness epidemic. It's a male boringness epidemic. Like the jig is up, like you're done. It's not fun, cute, or exciting anymore. It's old and it's played out, and women are sick of it. And honestly, women have noticed this everywhere. Like the male gaze, boring, predictable, symmetrical, non-complex, non-challenging. This is how men, quote unquote, build societies. Boring and predictable. It's patriarchy and war every time. Do something different. We're so fucking bored. There's no mystery. There's no surprise. Even when women are unalived by their husbands now, we're unsurprised. It's become predictable. It's become a pattern. Nobody is surprised anymore by the lies, cruelty, and violence. It just become boredom and honestly rage-inducing.
This woman goes on a hate-filled monologue disguised as analysis. She says men are boring, predictable, and resentful toward amazing women, and that this is why there's an epidemic of male loneliness. But what she's really showing is frustration. Frustration from a woman who can't connect with any man because she confuses stability with monotony. There is no epidemic of male loneliness when there are 7 million more women than men in this country. That means if there are 5 million single men, there are probably around 9 million single women. What's really happening is that a lot of men actually have more interesting lives than women do. They have friends, stable jobs, more independence. Some even own their own business before they turn 40. A man who's doing things right has more stability. Meanwhile, there are women who, at 30, still depend on their father, are drowning in debt, live a routine of home to work and back, and can't even hold a real conversation because they don't really have a life. All they do is talk about others or gossip, but they've done nothing themselves. But somehow, men are the boring ones. Let's keep going.
Women.
It's like, I just can't live in this fucking time loop over and over again anymore. That's where most women are at because men refuse to change, to better themselves. They just want to make things worse for other people so that they don't seem as bad in comparison. Like, oh, maybe if women can't work, can't vote, can't divorce us, can't do anything else, then maybe being with a man won't be so bad. That's the same trick you always do. That's the same thing you always do. It's nothing new. Women are so used to this. It's just boring at this point. And what's even more unattractive on top of that is that anytime you're challenged, you can't rise to it. Like, challenge is not a thing for men. That's why you're boring. So once again, I'm bringing it back to you're fucking boring because you don't like challenge. You don't like to do things for that thing's sake. Only interested in things that involve dominance or submission or a hierarchy or a scoring system or a ranking system. All of that is boring. It's boring and predictable. And that's why you like it. Men like to create artificial environments and then pretend like they're thriving in an environment that is boring, predictable, and very unfairly like benefits them. Once again, then it won't be as obvious how weak, boring, and dumb you all are as a whole, with some outliers. Those would be the men that have risen to the challenge. Those would be the men that prefer growth to boredom. They prefer change to insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over and over again, wondering why you get the same fucking result. The male loneliness epidemic is nothing new. It's been with us since the dawn of time. Even in hunter-gatherer times, for every 17 women that reproduced, only one man did. That's the male loneliness epidemic. It's always been with us. It will always be with us. Until men decide to take the fucking training wheels off of these boring, predictable, nauseating systems. But yeah, just so you know, it always comes to this. Men are boring. Stay safe out there, ladies. I love you so much. Godspeed.
First of all, this world is, and has been, built by men. Next, it's women who choose the men they let into their beds. Once they were given the right to choose, hypergamy kicked in, and that led many to sleep with hundreds of men. Unlike the days when marriages were arranged between families and they stayed with one man. Now, about what you said, that men prefer women without rights, I highly doubt that. These days, men actually prefer women who work, who earn their own money. They prefer women who have autonomy. But here's the real question. Has it worked in women's favor to make their own decisions? Honestly, not really. They choose the wrong men, vote emotionally, and many are worse off today, 40 years later, than they were before having certain rights. Because now there are fewer families, and with fewer families comes less shared wealth. The number of single mothers has skyrocketed, and the epidemic of female loneliness keeps growing. But let me guess, that's men's fault too, right?
Woman to woman, men are fucking boring. You know the time that you love spending with that man? It's because of you. It's because of your aura, your presence, your energy, your vibe. Girl, you are funny. You are beautiful. Stop thinking that it's the man. It's literally you. So if that man's a piece of shit, why the fuck are you with him? And if you miss that man, you don't miss him. You just miss spending time with yourself because you're so fucking hilarious and you're so fucking funny and you're so fucking beautiful. Please, stop hanging out with these literal boring pieces of shit.
The 5 types of men that you need to watch out for if you are dating in your 30s if you do not want your life to be ruined. So number 1, the party animal who is still partying way into his 30s. Fortunately, the man in his 30s partying every single weekend is not cute anymore. It was cute in our 20s when they were popping bottles and we were like impressed by that, but it's not impressive anymore. It's fine to go to the club for a birthday here and there, but every weekend is just way too much at this age. Number 2 is the man in finance who finally has a little bit of money. He's no longer an analyst and maybe in a more senior position, but he's still stingy with his money and spending like he has no money. He does love to spoil himself with watches because he wants to flex, but he's super stingy with you. Next is the man who is still a mama's boy. I dated this guy in his mid-30s, and every little decision that he made, he had to call his mom. It was really, really weird. It's fine to be close to your mom, but you need to be a man and make your own decisions once in a while. Next is the man who is hot and cold. He's obsessed with you one week, but the next week he goes to you and can barely answer a text message. Consistency is key because you want to see a future with this person. Mixed signals just means he's not ready for a full-time commitment. Lastly is the ex-basher. For some reason, every single ex he has was toxic, was rude. It's always their fault, but he doesn't take any accountability. In his 30s, the guy should also realize that in his 20s, he's probably made some mistakes along the way and shouldn't always blame his ex. All of his exes, according to him, were crazy. He might be the problem. If you're currently dating in your 30s, let me know which type of guys you are trying to avoid. Don't waste your 30s with the wrong man, but I want to know your unhinged dating stories. Let me know below.
Something interesting about all this is how clearly you can see the poor decisions women make and what drives them. They spend a lot of time listing the types of men they shouldn't date, yet somehow claim all of us are boring. Party guy? Boring. Finance guy? Boring. A man who helps his mom? Also boring. Basically, every personality a man can have is labeled a red flag. That's why they chase the chads, guys who bring nothing to the table but emotional chaos. The ones who take them on a roller coaster, happy one day, furious the next. These men don't offer love, stability, or leadership. They just keep the drama going, and for some reason, that's what gets chosen. Meanwhile, the boring men build their lives, form families, and end up with women who value peace and commitment. Later, when those same women see the boring guys happy, they remember they once wanted stability, but by then, it's too late. The wall comes for everyone, and the price of bad decisions always has to be paid. Loneliness isn't a punishment. It's just the consequence of mistaking drama for love. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Do you think there's really an epidemic of male loneliness, or are men simply choosing to walk their own path? What's your take on these women who complain that men are boring? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and keeps us motivated to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.